A road in Carolina Beach is back open tonight after being shut down due to this deadly crash. Police say a driver crashed into a power pole near the intersection of Dow Road and Rocky Mount Avenue. They have not released the victim's name. The crash knocked out power to hundreds of homes in that part of the island. Most of the power has been restored at this hour.